Welcome back to the third episode of Halftime Team Talk. We're going to be going through that exciting match of Man City versus Spurs, as well as that game on Monday of Wolves versus Man United. Also, we're going to review the other games that played this game week, and we're going to introduce a new game for you guys called Guess That Player. We're going to give you some hints, and throughout the show, you'll be able to guess that player that we are highlighting this week.
And for those who are not subscribed yet, just hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications about our latest ideas.
Coming up after this. In the first game on Saturday, we had Arsenal versus Burnley, and again my pick for the Golden Boot, Aubameyang scored. Andre Lacazette opened the scoring, and then that was followed by a goal by Aubameyang. For Burnley, Ashley Barnes also netted.
I know the Arsenal fans got to be feeling real good about this game, because really or truly, Arsenal, Aubameyang, it looked like the two strikers actually scoring goals. Like Aubameyang in two back-to-back games he scored. You know what I mean? Lacazette, started firm. So we will see how it go with Arsenal, because to me, Arsenal just lacking this killer instinct to actually win anything. Alright? So we will see what this new Arsenal team do. And shout out to Ashley Barnes, because we seem to be scoring quite a lot. And he's doing good for Burnley. So we will see how Burnley farm stays in the Premier League. Because to me, Burnley want to say that could be relegated. Right? Could be. We ain't sure yet. Right? Because they may be big six or probably even the big 10.
I really think that the Arsenal fans are going to be excited right now. They are in second place, right behind Liverpool, only on goal difference. It's probably one of the best starts that they've had in a long time. Maybe we're beginning to see the effects of Aymeric shining through at the Emirates.
Most certainly. And one of the signs that they're paying off, Danny Ceballos, he get two assists on the first game, so that's good. So we will see how their farm maintains during the season. You know how Arsenal is doing. Look good for a couple of games and then just don't need to. So we will see what goes on. Moving on, the next game on that day was Aston Villa versus Bournemouth. And Bournemouth came out with even Aston Villa. Even though to me, Aston Villa pulled off a very good game against the Spurs. You know what I mean? So Bournemouth came out with to me, I can't really say a surprise win, because to me they're practically like the same level of team. You know what I mean? Aston Villa, Bournemouth, they both.
Nah, Aston Villa and Bournemouth are not the same level. I would say that Bournemouth is far superior to Aston Villa.
I would go.
We've seen some really good performances over the last two seasons from them in the Premier League. I think that Eddie Howe is doing a really good job at Bournemouth. I think that pretty soon you're going to see Bournemouth play in the Europa League. There, to me, it is that kind of squad, that kind of team that are just on the cusp of taking that next step into European football.
You go wait and see, because Bournemouth got produce good players, and you know how these teams do. Once a big team come calling, that's the money, and the teams are going to take the money. So we will go and see if Bournemouth can hold on these players and probably build a great like how Leicester City do, and see how the performance particularly pick up in the Premier League. As you say, if he will be playing Europa League pretty soon, we will go and see.
Also want to give a shout out to Douglas Luiz, who Manchester City have brought in but couldn't get a work permit for him, and Aston Villa has, and now he scored.
Moving on, the next game was Brighton versus West Ham United. That game was a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
It looked like the revival Javier Hernandez, Chicharito.
Really?
The guy that went all over England and scored goals.
What I would say is that right now Brighton are defying the odds. A lot of people have Brighton or had Brighton to go down this season. And right now Brighton are in 5th, behind Manchester United only on goal difference.
Well, I can't say had, because they still got them to go down.
But 2 wins doesn't make a Premier League. But what I would say is that having pulled off that win and a draw, I mean, they're looking in good stead to stay up.
Yeah, they're looking very good. It looked during the summer break. They probably gelled the team better together. And And I can believe they step up the game a lot compared from last season. Because last season, I think they barely make it out the relegation zone.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I'm not denying that, and I'm not saying that, just these 2 games will ensure that they will stay up, but, at the end of the season, these points will count, for sure.
Yeah, these points will count for sure. I just remember if you guys got any comments about what we said so far, you can leave your comments below, or Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, Halftime Team Talk.
And the next game, or at least playing at the same time, would have been Everton versus Watford. We saw a win by Everton. I thought it was a really interesting game. Watford, to me, haven't showed up this season at all. I had expected more from Watford, more aggression, especially with a captain like Troy Deeney. I think that, to me, Watford they've really taken their foot off the gas. I'm glad to see a win by Everton because we've seen a lot of investment into the squad at Everton. I think it's really good for them, but really disappointed in Watford right now.
I agree. To me, Watford ain't really stepping on the gas. It's like their foot just on break. They're stalled for a moment or something. They know if they might catch the footing, or if they might catch the footing later on.
Well, they've been in the Premier League for far too long right now to have to find their footing. They've been in the Premier League for a couple of seasons now. They've not been relegated. They should be, at the start of the season they should be all fired up and ready to go.
Yeah. They had a bad start, man. You never know.
You're saying that they had a bad start, but look at Brighton. Brighton had a worse season last season, and they came out the gate flying. Watford have to do better.
I agree, but we will see how the Premier League season do for them. Right now they're bottom of the table.
Yeah.
Right, because they don't think they're winning the game yet. They're 2 losses, and as you just said, these points just come at the end of the season, so they really got to step up the game.
Yeah, for sure.
At
the same time, you had Norwich versus Newcastle, and I had predicted a Norwich win last week. I had said Norwich was going to win this game because the form at Newcastle and the mood at Newcastle just isn't conducive for football. We saw a hat trick by Pogba, which I thought was really amazing and really refreshing to see, and a player that is new to the Premier League, scoring hat tricks, doing big things. We also saw a goal from Jonjo Shelvey, a man who has complained bitterly that he's never been given a England call up, and that he's very well deserved of one. I think that things at Newcastle are only going to get worse. It might actually get into some scary territory for them.
Yeah, well, I agree with you because they say Norwich will win this game. Because he said the problems going on at Newcastle is what got the team probably doing so poorly. Right? And congrats for Pogba again, he hat trick. Todd Cantwell with 2 assists. And I agree with Jonjo Shelvey. To me, he's not a bad player. To me, he deserves an England call up, but it's hard to get in this England team, my brother. Okay, guys, moving on to the next game, which was Southampton versus Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool for the win, which I said Liverpool gonna win this.
Yeah, but sure. The big question last week would have been who would have been the goalkeeper, because there were the reports that Adrian was injured.
Yeah.
So the big question out there was, well, who was going to be the goalkeeper? And then that would have had an impact on the game. But Adrian started, and we had a Liverpool win. Again, Sadio Mane showed up, a goal and an assist, and Firmino, he showed up for a goal as well.
Yeah. One of the very rare occasions for me to show up a goal, because to me, Firmino don't really get a lot of goals for me.
Yeah. Well, I don't rate him as a striker. But I think that in the absence of Coutinho for the last season and a half,
he did a good job.
He's been stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, he did a good job. I must admit that. Sadio Mane, we don't know this guy's a different level of player. Yeah. This guy's up and down the field every minute.
And it was a good opportunity for all of the ex-Southampton players at Liverpool to go back to where they came from and see what's going on.
But that was a very good match, That was a very good match because Southampton played Liverpool very well.
I didn't watch it because I don't like to watch small teams play.
You was watching Man City?
Of course.
Moving on, to me, which was the match of the weekend.
For sure.
Man City versus Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yeah.
No! You know the Man City made? Vexed!
Yeah. Look. Let me start this one.
The Man City guys can't even talk about speechless.
I was not aware of that rule that has been instituted this year, where if there is any contact with a player's hand, and then the play following that leads to a goal, the goal has to be disallowed. When you look at that replay, Aymeric Laporte was not trying in any form or fashion to influence the direction or the path of that ball. He jumped for the ball happened to strike his elbow. It wasn't as if he put his hand in a position to strike the ball. He moved his hand that it can direct the ball in any form or fashion. It just so happened to touch his hand. Gabriel Jesus, beautiful skill to take that ball and put it in the back of the net. And when I saw it and I saw that goal was disallowed, I was furious because I could not believe that goal can be disallowed because a ball which had there was no action on the part of a Man City player to influence it going in the back of the net. That being said, I squarely put the blame for us not winning that game down to Sergio Agüero. When Lucas Moura was introduced into the game for that corner kick, Pep was gesticulating like a madman on the touchline, telling Agüero to mark Lucas Moura. Agüero looked like if he was in the supermarket buying cheese. Nonchalant, just checking around, not looking at Lucas Moura, ignoring Pep Guardiola. Next thing you know, boom, Lucas Moura, unmarked, scores a goal. Now, if Agüero had done what he was instructed to do, Lucas Moura wouldn't have had that free space to score that header. So a furious Pep Guardiola pulls Agüero off the field and they get into a little argument on this touchline. Now, I mean, they're both big men, they're both adults, they both have their differing opinions. But I know Pep had to be furious. Now, we see this goal scorer, Gabriel Jesus, up pops Agüero, jumps down to the touchline. Suddenly he's hugging up Pep Guardiola. They're good friends again, and then boom, the goal is disallowed. I mean, this was a dramatic game for any Man City fan, and for the Man City players as well, it seems. But I kid you not. I understand and I accept the rule that VAR has in place. I understand and I accept that the goal should not have stayed. 2 seasons ago, when we played Wolves, Bolly scored a handball, and I was furious about it. And back then I might have said, well, hey, if it was VAR, that goal would have been disallowed. So I can't have my cake and eat it too. I can't want goals scored against us, which were handballs, to be disallowed. Well, if we score one, for it to be allowed. You can't have your cake and eat it too. I think people who are out there saying, it's wrong and the goal should be given, etc. I mean, you give and you take. They go in your favor, they go against you. It's football. You gotta live with it. Outside of that, it was a beautiful game. It was end-to-end football. It was exciting. There was good open play, a lot of cleverness from the likes of Sterling and De Bruyne. When David Silva came on, magic, pure magic. It was brilliant. It was excellent football. I wasn't did Tyreek Kane play because I can't remember seeing him on the pitch. I was very happy to see Aymeric Lamela score a goal, considering that he was injured for a couple of years ago, and has slowly been coming back in. We have to see when Son comes back from ban if Aymeric Lamela will still have a spot in the team. But other than that, it was some beautiful football.
To be honest, the VAR decision was a messed up one to me, because the player went long and then the goal score. In the all-time football days, that's a goal for sure.
Yeah. And what I like about VAR is it puts you off, because that would have been a 92-minute goal. And then you get this announcement that the goal is disallowed. It throws you off. Then how are you supposed to continue in the game like that. I mean, it totally offsets the tempo of the game.
Well, as you said, you can't have your kid and eat it too.
You can't have your kid and eat it too.
Right? So VAR gonna work against you and it will work for you.
Exactly.
Right? So that's to me why VAR is needed in football.
Yeah.
Right? Because it gotta be balanced. It can't be good all the time and not bad for you. Right?
Exactly.
Right? But it was a really good game. And the guy that I believe should win PFA best player everywhere every season, Kevin De Bruyne. 2 wonderful assists, brother, man. I mean, it's like the man is just he footing the ball and it's going where the man tell it to go telepathically or something. Because the man is just get balls crossed, he not even like control it, nothing. A man just try to pass.
Yeah.
The man's whip it in.
I think what happened with Kevin is that he played the whole of the Premier League, played the whole of Champions League up until we got knocked out. Then he went and played Euros for Belgium. Belgium came third, so he played all throughout the tournament. Then he came back into the Premier League last season and he was tired.
Yeah.
His body was at its limit. And then we saw him break down. We saw that magic disappear.
I know that he had came off with a little injury to him, so he probably wasn't 100%.
I believe that having rested fully this whole summer, you know, is doing him wonders, and he's in top form. He's in really good form.
I love. Showed us the Raheem Sterling header from off of the De Bruyne assist. That was a jet header, brother. Because he was running in for that would be the left flank. He was running in for the left flank, and to be honest, I didn't even see where you come from. I just see camera De Bruyne whipping this pass, and I thought it was Agüero.
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I can't remember who was there, but I think mostly Agüero though. Right, out of Norwich, Raheem Sterling runs in, head in. Right. As what I said just now, if you all guys don't let me come up with Man City, or if you all guys have something to say about it, as we said before, comment below, or write to us at Halftime Team Talks on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. We're moving on.
The first game on Sunday was Sheffield United versus Crystal Palace. And from my prediction, I had thought that Sheffield United would win. It's their first game in the Premier League in front of their home fans. I thought that they would show up, and they did. It's evident that Crystal Palace is still having some teething problems, and you know, Sheffield United put in a good win for their home fans.
Well, I didn't really have Sheffield United to win. I probably thought this game would a draw or something, or Crystal Palace would have won because they got more experience in the Premier League, and Sheffield United probably came up. But from Jamal aspect, they probably played the hard out because, as I said, as Jamal said, this is the first home game in Premier League, probably in a long time.
A long time.
Right? So,
the last time that they played in the Premier League, Phil Jagielka was playing his last game for them. And we know how long he was at Everton.
Yeah, that's true. That was a real, very long time.
Yeah.
Right? But we would say if Crystal Palace could work out the kinks in the team and see if the guys could probably gel back together and be back to that old Crystal Palace we know. Right? And you will see how Sheffield United do in the Premier League in the season.
Yeah, for sure.
It was Chelsea versus Leicester City. That wasn't a bad game to me.
I think it would have been disappointing for Frank Lampard. You know, you're playing at home in front of the home supporters, you're playing at Stamford Bridge, and to not get that win, I think that would have been very hard for them.
Well, as I say, don't call Frank Lampard the coach, the manager, right? One of the main reasons I ain't even going to talk about this game. I can just bring out one scenario for you, right? Chelsea played Liverpool for the UEFA Super Cup, right? Mm-hmm. Now, this is the thing that blew my cool, right? Because Chelsea was playing Liverpool very well, you know, right? How can you take off Christian Pulisic and Olivier Giroud back to back, right? Like, this had my mind blown. But this is the question I have for the Chelsea fans. I want to know what you guys really think about Lampard. Because to me, I believe Lampard might want to play at the Europa League. That's my opinion. Because, to be honest, I watched a couple of Chelsea games. I watched the Chelsea versus Liverpool in the Super Cup. And to be honest, Chelsea played real well. Chelsea had a lot of position. They had good shots on target and stuff. But it's like a dark cloud over Chelsea at the moment. Right? And I just think they need to break out of the dark cloud and get some sun coming through or whatever. But at the moment, to me, Chelsea ain't playing bad. It's just that they ain't getting their goals. and they're finishing properly. And I believe if they start clicking, Laporte might even prove me wrong. Right? Because if you always see Chelsea playing, to me they are not playing. I could understand if Chelsea was playing horrible, but the guys ain't playing bad. And for me, against Leicester City, it was kind of a hard lot again because I believe Chelsea should have won that game. That is true.
So on Monday we had some Monday Night Football. I know it wasn't the NFL. And we had a big team versus an okay team. The big team, of course, being Wolves. It was a 1-all draw. Very interesting. I thought it would have been a win. I guess I have some magical thinking there, but hey, you hope for the best.
It's true. Because I know that would never happen. As I said, Wolves beat a soft Man U side, and I don't really see the Wolves getting around this no Man U team just up.
Yeah, right? I think again, Wan-Bissaka showed why he was so highly sought after. And
Harry Maguire showed why Pogba was called the beast. It's hard to get past these guys now. Right? I ain't telling you, like, it's hard to get past these guys now. But Ruben Neves came up with a wonder goal. That is a gem of a goal, but to me, that's a rock.
We saw Pogba miss a penalty, and I think after that game, we saw some ugliness again with some racial abuse on Pogba. But I was really glad to see that the club and the players all came out and rallied behind Pogba. To let those people know that basically it's a team, and racism has no place in football at all.
Right, so we will see how Mario.
But you know what I thought was very interesting? Paul Pogba seems to be damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. Because when he does that stuttering run-up for his penalties, all of the commentators are like, well, he shouldn't be doing that, it looks silly.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't do it, but still doesn't score a penalty. And then it's like, well, they should have had that stuttering run-up to somehow put the goalkeeper off. So he seems to be damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. Right. I think what is important is when you score goals. Now, if he did that stuttering run up and scores every time, people will be like, you know what, this is how you should take penalties.
Yeah.
But it's when you do it and you don't score that people come down behind you. I think it's like, it's his style,
Yeah, we will see. We will see how Pogba handle the situation. He not moving this summer. How he will play in the Premier League for Man U. And I really want to see how the Man U guys think about their new side, what they feel will happen in the Premier League. Because I know they got a lot of Man U fans that are saying they're going to beat Man City and Liverpool this season. But I would say when they got a good team now, but to beat City and Liverpool, when they really got stuck out.
And one thing that I would like to hear from the Man U fans is, who do you think should be your designated penalty taker?
Rashford.
Because in that situation we saw on Monday, even though Pogba got the penalty, Rashford has been putting them in the back of the net
time after
time, and he shows he has the composure to be that penalty taker. But Pogba took the ball, so we have to. I want to know, what do you think? Do you think that Pogba should take penalties? Do you think that Rashford should be the designated taker? Let us know.
Sure. Let us know in the comments below. As you said, you can write to us, Team Talk, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And hit those subscribe buttons and the bell icon on the side, so you can receive our updates and messages about the latest Team Talk info.
Yeah.
And remember, if you have a new game available, just look for the site for the hints about the player of the week and see if you all guys can guess the player of the week.
Yeah.